Hello again, and Christ is risen. Welcome back to Theology with Puppies. I have not done an upload of this series since before Lent. I took all of Lent off, and now that it is after Pascha, I decided that I'll pick this up again. We're also going to tie in this video series in with the cast, The Ground, which I co-host with Father Justinian. I will put a link for that in the comment section below. And please, if you do like this series and if you are appreciative of the material discussed, please do subscribe and hit that like button and share with your friends, of course. So, you've probably noticed I have someone new with me. So, during quarantine, which we're all under, my wife and I decided to get a fifth puppy. This is Henry. Henry is a rat terrier. He's a senior dog, and we chose to get a senior dog to offer him a good home for the end part of his life, his so-called golden years. And he's very sweet, he's old, he corrals the chihuahuas, which is very good for us. He's very kind, considerate, and extremely lovely to cuddle with. He's just wonderful. You're just wonderful. But I'm going to use him, I'm going to talk about him due to do I want to call it like a myth maybe, or a misunderstanding of Exodus 3:14, I am who I am. It seems to be that some people think that this is a reference to person. So at first I have to wonder what they think M is, right? So I am, I exist. So just understanding the English, I am, I exist, shows that we're talking about Ousia. It's talking about nature. It's talking about essence, not person. So Henry exists, okay? But Henry also changes, right? I also change. Everything that exists in this sense, due to multiplicity. Oh, there you go, here are the chihuahuas. They also exist. We all change. We are the many. We are the multiple. But when God references himself as I am who I am, he's referencing how his nature does not change. He is the one who does not change, due to his nature not changing, right? So, if you don't believe what I'm saying, I have a few quotes for you from the Fathers, okay? So I'll just rattle these off. There is one nature of God, and one only, and this alone truly is. For absolute being is derived from no other source, but is all its own. All things besides, that is, all things created, although they appear to be, soon are not. For there was a time when they were not, and that which once was not may again cease to be. God alone, who is eternal, that is to say, who has no beginning, really deserves to be called an essence. Therefore also he says of him, I am, has sent me. As the angels, the sky, the earth, the seas all exist at the time, it must have been as the absolute being that God claimed for himself that name of essence, which apparently was common to all. But because his nature alone is perfect, and because in the three persons there subsists but one Godhead, which truly is and is one nature, whoever in the name of religion declares that there are in the Godhead three elements, three hypostases, that is, or essences, is striving really to predicate three natures of God. That's St. Jerome on Exodus 3. So, getting a little bit deeper than we necessarily wanted to go, talking about how each enhypostatization of the divinity of the three persons, right? The three persons, and each individually enhypostatizing the divinity is not three gods, because they do not enhypostatize multiple divinities, right? They are not divine because of who they are, but because of what they are. Okay, this is very important. This is very, very important. If you think that the persons of the Trinity are divine due to their hypostatic qualities, you posit three gods. End of discussion. That is what that means. Now, having said that, let's move on to the next quote. St Hilary of Poitiers. While therefore I was giving serious thought to these and many other similar problems, I chanced upon those books which according to Jewish tradition were written by Moses and the prophets. In them I found the testimony of God the Creator about himself expressed in the following manner. I am who I am, and again, thus shall you say to the children of Israel, he who is has sent me to you. I was filled with admiration at such a clear definition of God, which spoke of the incomprehensible nature in language most suitable to our human understanding. It is known that there is nothing more characteristic of God than to be, because that itself which is does not belong to those things which one day end, or to those which had a beginning. But that which combines eternity with the power of an ending happiness could never not have been, nor is it possible that one day it will not be, because what is divine is not liable to destruction, nor does it have a beginning. And since the eternity of God will not be untrue to itself in anything he has revealed to us in the unfitting manner, this fact alone, that he is, in order to render testimony to his everlasting eternity. That's Hilary of Poitiers. But I have one more quote. If these do not convince you of the position. As far then as we can reach, he who is and God are the special names of his essence, and of these especially he who is. Not only because when he spoke to Moses in the mount, and Moses asked what his name was, this was what he called himself, bidding him say to the people, I am has sent you. But also because we find that this name is the more strictly appropriate. For the name Theos, or God, even if, as those who are skillful in these matters say, it was derived from therein to run, or from Althean to blaze, from continual motion, and because he consumes evil, conditions all things, from which fact he is also called a consuming fire, would still be one of the relative names and not an absolute one, as again is the case with Lord, which also is called a name of God. I am the Lord your God, he says, that is my name, and the Lord is his name. But we are inquiring into a nature whose being is absolute and not into being bound up with something else. But being is in its proper sense peculiar to God and belongs to him entirely. And it is not limited or cut short by any before or after, for indeed in him there is no past or future. St Gregory the Theologian. So, again, am, it's a verb. It references nature. I am, I exist. And here we have three fathers of the church, one of them given the title theologian, St Gregory the Theologian. St Jerome and St Hilary of Poitiers are no small fish amongst the fathers, all of them clearly saying that Exodus 3:14 references Ousia. It references God's existence, not his persons. I don't know where these people are getting this idea. I don't know who's teaching them. I don't know why they think that is true, and I don't know why they're not checking what they're being taught against the fathers. This is an extremely serious matter, and I would not be speaking so seriously about it if it did not lead to serious Trinitarian theological misunderstanding. Okay. Henry, did you like that video? Did you? Yes? You want to do kisses? No kisses? You're a very good dog, aren't you? Henry exists, I exist. But we exist as a multiplicity. Okay? God exists as the one. The one is God, the many is creation. His existence is eternal. I am. This is why he says, I am. You like that video? You like that video? You're a good dog. Take care.